So the first one is pretty common. It happens all the time, and that just refers or comes along with simplifying. Now, when we're simplifying a rational expression, what we're trying to do is find terms, numbers, expressions that are in the numerator and the denominator that are exactly the same. Then we can apply the division property and divide them out. But the caveat for that is they have to be separated by multiplication. So a lot of times we'll see a problem that looks something like this, fairly basic, like we're not going to do anything crazy here. But if I have an x squared plus 4x plus 4, all right, so students, let's say they're taking a test and they're kind of getting a little frustrated or they feel like they're not going to have enough time. And they just remember, like when you're simplifying something, find whatever's in the numerator and the denominator that's exactly the same and divide it out. So you say, oh, those divide out. Here's 4 and a 4, those divide out. And therefore I'm left with a -1 over a 4x. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is incorrect, okay? Yes, we have the right idea. We're looking for terms, expressions, and numbers that are in the numerator and the denominator that are exactly the same. But we just can't divide them across addition and subtraction. They have to be separated by multiplication. That is where our arch nemesis comes into, is factoring, okay? So simplifying rational expressions, more often than not, you're just going to be doing a lot of factoring. So let's go and take a look at this problem again and say, all right, how can I go ahead and factor this so therefore I can have my terms separated by multiplication, so therefore I can then properly simplify the rational expression. So in this numerator, hopefully you recognize that's a difference of 2 squares. So I can rewrite that as an x minus 2 times a x plus 2. And then over here, you can hopefully recognize that's a perfect square trinomial. Now, there's another mistake that students will make with this, and so I'll do it once, but this is a x plus 2 quantity squared, okay? Now remember, what that simply means is that really is an x plus 2 times an x plus 2. So for the sake of explaining on this video, I'm actually not going to write it squared. I'm going to write it as an x plus 2 because a lot of times students will just make that mistake and they will forget that when things divide out, that there's still an extra x plus 2 in the denominator, okay? So now, hopefully you guys can see, that's multiplied too, right? Those are separated by multiplication. Now I have these expressions separated by multiplication. Now I can say that those are going to divide to 1. So now I'm going to have a final answer of x minus 2 divided by x plus 2. And this can be a mistake or not, but just always make sure you're following your directions. A lot of times, sometimes we ask for the restrictions, and sometimes the restrictions are not necessary. But just be careful whenever we have a variable in that denominator of a rational expression. We want a lot of times verify or make sure we are identifying what are the restrictions. We know x cannot equal a -2, right? Because that makes the denominator -2. So again, always follow your teacher's directions or the directions on the test.